Hello students. Last time in my last lecture I have introduced binomial theorem to you. I will revise few points. What we did last time was simply this. We have found out a way of expanding a bracket x plus a raised to n, right? It is called binomial theorem because there are two terms here and they have to be expanded to nth power. We have seen last time that if you want to write this, it is x raised to n, right? And it is followed by a coefficient called nc0, right? And power of a is 0 here. Power of a is 0. Then next is nc1. Then power of x becomes n minus 1. This n and this minus 1 multiplied by power of a raised to 1. So you can clearly see here a pattern emerges like this, that this is becoming 0, 1, 2 and that 0 comes here, here, here and here. So that means x raised to n minus 3 whereas a raised to 3, correct? So this goes on. So if I want to write a general term of this binomial theorem, then it will be NCR, right? X raised to what? N minus R and a raised to R. This will go on till you reach the end, and the end is going to be NCN a raised to what? N and x raised to 0, right? So this is how the binomial theorem looks like. Now if it is minus here, then the signs will keep on fluctuating. It's a plus, so this will become plus, this will be minus, this is plus, this is minus. That means the sign will be alternatively 1 plus minus plus minus plus minus. Okay, so that is the binomial theorem. Now in general, if I want to write r plus 1th term of a binomial theorem, then r plus 1th term is given by n c r x raised to n minus r, right, multiplied by a raised to r, correct? So this is the r plus 1th term of the expansion of the terms x plus. If it is minus, so if it is minus, then only change is here it will be minus 1 raised to r. That means if I add, so r plus 1th term in expansion of x minus a raised to n is nothing but tr plus 1. So it is minus 1 raised to r multiplied by ncr x raised to n minus r and a raised to r. The only small change here that takes place is the presence of minus 1 raised to r, which allows us to keep changing signs according to the value of r. Okay, if r is even number, this will be plus. If r is odd number, it will be minus. So signs keep on changing alternatingly. For example, here all the problems out here have a minus sign, so we'll need this rather than the earlier one. Okay, so if you have understood this binomial theorem, then we'll use this theorem for expanding these three exercises. Okay, let us see. For example, how to expand, what are the answers. This is the exercise 7.1 from the book of NCERT, okay, of 11th standard. Okay, so let us look at the first problem, problem number 1. So we are talking about this problem. Problem number 1. What is the problem number 1? It is 1 minus 2x raised to what? 5. 1 minus 2x raised to 5. Okay. And the sign here is minus. So if I want to expand this, how would I start? I'll start with what? 5 c0. And first term is what? 1, right? 0, right? 1 raised to what? 5 minus 0, correct? And this next second term is what? 2x. That 2x will be raised to what? 0, correct? So this 0, remember, repeats here, here and here. Next. This will be minus now because the sign, the alternating terms are minus. So it will be 5c1, 1 raised to what? 5 minus 1, whereas 2x raised to what? 1, correct? Now I'll go on writing like this. So plus 5c2 1 raised to 5 minus 2 multiplied by 2x raised to what? 2. Then minus 5c3 1 raised to 5 minus 3 multiplied by 2x raised to what? 3. Okay? Plus now, it will be plus 5c4 1 raised to 5 minus 4 multiplied by 2x raised to 4. And the last term will be minus again. So it will be 5c5 1 raised to 5 minus 5, whereas 2x power will become 5. Correct? So I have followed exactly the terms of binomial theorem. But you know, 1 raised to anything is 1. So what matters here is only the powers of 2x. Okay. Now 5c0, anything c0 is 1. So therefore this is 1. This term is also 1, right? And this term is also 1. So the expansion starts with 1 itself. Okay. Now 5c1 means what? 5 upon 1, right? And 1 raised to anything is doesn't matter actually. So 2x raised to what? 1, right? Then next term will be what? 5c2, which is 5 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 2. 1 raised to 3 is 1 only. So 2x square. So this is 2x square. Okay. Then this is plus. I'm sorry. This is minus here. This is minus. Okay. This is plus. And again there is a minus sign. So therefore this will be what? 5, 4, 3 divided by 1, 2, 3, and then power of 2x will become 3. Okay. Plus. Now because it was minus, now it is plus. So it is 5, 4, 3 and 2 divided by 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? The power of 2x now will rise to 4. And the last one will be minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But now there won't be a, so 2x will be now raised to what? 5, correct? So this is exactly all the formulas that I have learned. I want you to understand one thing, that if I want to write NCR, I insist again, then I'll start counting backwards. N minus 1, N minus 2 and so on. How many times I'll do? There are R terms here, R terms, right? And in the denominator, it will be 1, 2, 3, exactly up to what? R, right? That is a simple formula for NCR which I have used here. Okay. So now, if I want to write down the correct answer here, I mean calculational answers here, I mean completing the cancellation, let us see what happens. So we have a problem here. So first term is what? First term is obviously 1. First term is 1. Okay. Minus, what is the second term? 1 multiplied by 2x, 5 multiplied by 2x. So it will be 10x. Okay. Now, next term is 5 into 4. So this 2 and this 4 cancels, we get 2 here. So this is 10 and this is 4. So this becomes plus 40x square. Okay. Then we come up to here. So that means here it is 3 cancels and this 2 and 4 cancels with 2. So that means 5 into 2, that is 10 and 2 cube is 8. So it will be 80. So it will be minus 80x cube, right? Now, next term, here it is 2 cancels, 3 cancels, 4 cancels. What is left is only 5, correct? So 5 multiplied by 2 raised to 4. So 2 raised to 4 is 16. 16 multiplied by 5. So it will be again what? 80, correct? So this will be what? Plus 80 x raised to what? 4, correct? Okay. And now the next or the last term here. Last term is going to be, actually all of them cancel here, right? Nothing is left. So it is 2 raised to 5. 2 raised to 5 is what? 32. So 32 multiplied by x raised to 5. That is the expansion, and that is the answer for this particular problem, right? Look at it carefully. 1 minus plus minus plus and minus. Okay. There are exactly 6 terms, and here the power of x goes on increasing from 0 to 5, right? And these are the coefficients. Okay. So that's the answer to the first question. Now let us go over to the second question. So now question number 2. Question number 2 is again it is 2 minus x upon 2 raised to what? 5. Correct? So all I have to do is expand these terms to the 5th power. Okay? So what am I going to do now? First of all, I will write 5c0. Correct? 5c0. 5c0, what is the first term? 2 upon x, right? This is raised to what? 5. And second term will be raised to the power 0. Correct? Now, minus 5c1. 5c1, first term is 2 by x, right? It will be raised to the power now what? 4. Correct? And second term will be raised to the power 1. Okay? Plus 5c2. 2 upon x will be raised to the power 5 minus 2, whereas x upon 2 will be raised to the power 2. Then minus now 5c3. 5c3, 2 upon x, raised to 5 minus 3, whereas x upon 2 will be raised to the power 3. Okay? Now the next term will be plus. Next term will be plus, and that will be 5c4. 5c4 will be multiplied by 2 upon x raised to 5 minus 4 multiplied by x upon 2 raised to what? It will be raised to 4. And we come to the last term, that is 5c5, right? 5c5, it is 2 upon x. This will be raised to the power 5 minus 5, whereas x upon 2 will be raised to its fullest extent, that is 5. Okay? This is how we apply the theorem, right? Systematically we applied the theorem, and now we'll write down the numbers. Now, as I said, this 5c0 is nothing but 5. 1. 5c0 is 1, right? Other 2 upon x, that will be what? 2 raised to 5 divided by x raised to 5, correct? And this term is raised to the power 0, so it does not come into existence at all, right? So it is 1 only. Anything raised to 0 is 1. So 5c1 will be what? 5 upon 1. 5 upon 1. Now 2 upon x raised to 4, that gives you what? 16 upon x raised to 4, right? Multiplied by x upon 2. Multiplied by x upon 2. Fine. Let us keep it like that. Now next one. Next one is 5c2. As I said, 5 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 2. What will be happen here? 2 upon x raised to 3. So that is 8 upon x cube, right? Multiplied by x square upon 4. Why? Because it is x by 2 ka do second power hai, right? Now, minus. Now remember one thing we have seen in permutation and combination, that NCR is always equal to NCn minus R. So 5C3 is actually equal to what? 5C3 is actually equal to 5C 5 minus 3, which is 5C2. It is easier to calculate 5C2 rather than 5C3. So that is why it is 5C2, correct? So 5C2 means again what? 5 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 2. Now that is 2 upon x raised to 2. So that means it is 4 upon x square, and this will be x cube upon 8 because it is third power of x by 2. Next term is 5c4. Now 5c4 is same as 5c1, and 5c1 we have seen is only 5, correct? So this is 5. multiplied by. Now this is 5c4, which is 5c1. So 2 raised to 4, 5 minus 4 is 1. So it is 2 upon x. First term is 2 upon x. Second term is what? It is x raised to 4. X raised to 4 divided by 2 raised to 4. That is 16. Okay. And the last term, 5c5 is same as 5c0, which is nothing. That is 1. So that is minus, this whole thing is 1. And it is x raised to 5 upon 2 raised to 5, which is equal to what? 32. Correct? So now, if I want to write a final answer, I'll have to do final calculation and complete it. Okay? That also I'll do for you. Okay? So let us see. Now see. So the first term is 2 raised to 5 upon x raised to 5. 2 raised to 5 upon x raised to 5 means 32 divided by x raised to 5. That is the first term. Now look at the second term. Second term is this 2 and this 16 gets cancelled. So this 2 and this 16. So I will have 8 here. So 8 5s are 40. So therefore there will be 40 here. Correct? So coefficient will be 40. Now look at the powers of x. Here x raised to 1 and here x raised to 4. So 1x will get cancelled. What we get is 1 upon x cube. Correct? That is the term here. Now next term, that is plus 5 into 4. So that is 2 and 4 again get cancelled. So 5 into 2 is 10. And this 4 and this 8 also gets cancelled. Again it is 2. So 10 multiplied by 2 is what? 20. So that means it is 20. And powers of x are x square here and x cube here. So it is 1 upon x. So 20 into 1 upon x. Okay. Minus. Next term is going to be minus. So here it is again 2 gets cancelled. This is 10. 10 multiplied by 4. Right. 10 multiplied by 4. 40 divided by 8. That means again it is 5. Okay. So it is 5. And x raised to 3 upon x square, which is nothing but only x. Only one power of x is left. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Now we come to the next term. So 5 x square, x. Now here it will be what? Here it will be plus what? 5. This will be 2 and this 16 gets cancelled. So it will be 8 here. So 5 by 8. Okay. So it becomes 5 by 8 multiplied by x cube. And the last is minus x raised to 5 upon 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 terms expansion. Correct? So that is the end of this next problem. Okay. And I am leaving the third problem to you because it will be almost a repetition of what we did here. Okay. So forget it. Okay. So the next problem is fourth problem. Now I am going to adopt slightly different approach because it was quite laborious to write all those terms the way I wrote, right? So all you have to remember here is just remember the formula for r plus 1th term. So what is r plus 1th term? Both the problems here have a plus sign in between. So it will be n, c, r. Then first term, whatever the first term is, let us call it capital X. Capital X raised to n minus r multiplied by capital A raised to what? R. Correct? This is the general term. So in this case, certain things we already know. So TR plus 1 in case of this problem, TR plus 1 in case of this problem, it is n का value मालूम है 5 है, right? So n c 5 cr, right? अभी ये जो capital X है वो पहला term है. That means it will be what? X upon 3, right? Into n minus r, which is 5 minus r. And second term है 1 upon x raised to what? R. Whatever simplification I have to do, I'll do it here only. And then I'll keep on writing the terms. So let us see. This is 5cr, right? So this is x. X raised to what? Now here, if you collect all the powers of x, then it is x raised to 5 minus r. And this x is also raised to r. But that is in the denominator. So it will be subtracted. So it is 5 minus r and divided by 3 raised to what? 5 minus r. So in short, the answer is 5 cr multiplied by x raised to 5 minus 2r, right? Divided by 3 raised to 5 minus r. 3 raised to 5 minus r. Correct? So this is how. Now all I have to do is start substituting for r, right? Substituting r for 0 to 5. Correct? From 0 to 5. So what will be the first term? So first term is going to be r is 0 here. Correct? In this term r is 0. What is that? That is 5c0 x, right? X raised to what? 5 minus 0. So it is x raised to 5. And 3 raised to what? 5 minus 0. So therefore 3 raised to 5. Did you get that? Very simple. Now plus. Because the middle sign is plus, all the signs are going to be plus. Now put r is equal to 1. So this becomes 5c1, right? X raised to what? 5 minus, this is 5 minus 2r, correct? So 5 minus 2r means what? 5 minus 2 because r ka value 1 hai, right? Divided by 3 raised to 5 minus r, that means 3 raised to 5 minus 1, which is what? 4, correct? Now, here, next, 5c2, x raised to what? 5 minus 2r, that means 5 minus 4, whereas 3 raised to what? 5 minus 2, correct? Plus, next term, 5c3. Now, x raised to 5 minus 2r, but 2r means it will be 6 now, divided by 3 raised to what? 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3, which is 2, correct? Next is 5c4, x raised to 5 minus 2r. So that means 5 minus 8 divided by 3 raised to 5 minus 4. And we come to the end, that is 5c5, correct? 5c5, x raised to what? 5 minus 10, because r, 2r I want, 10 divided by 3 raised to 5 minus 5, which is 0, correct? So now it will be much easier for us to write down the answer, okay? So let us write down the final answer, okay? 5c0, you know it is 1. So therefore I will write 1 here. First term has coefficient 1. And x raised to 5 divided by 3 raised to 5, okay? Now plus 5c1, which is 5, correct? 5 upon 1. X raised to what? 5 minus 2. So it is x cube and divided by 3 raised to 4. Then next term is 5c2, which is 5 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 2. It will be x raised to 5 minus 4. So it is x raised to what? 1 divided by 3 raised to 3. Okay. The next term is 5c3, but 5c3 is same as 5c2. So 5 multiplied by 4 upon 1 into 2 multiplied by x raised to minus 1 divided by 3 raised to 2, that is 9. But I am going to write it as 3 raised to 2 only. And plus 5c4. Now 5c4 is same as 5c1. So it is 5 upon 1. And x raised to minus 3 divided by 3 raised to 1. Okay. And the last term is 5c5, which is 1. X raised to 5 minus 10. That is x raised to what? Minus 5 divided by 3 raised to 1, which is 1. Okay. So finally, what we get is this. X raised to 5 divided by, now 3 raised to 4 is 81. So 81 multiplied by 5, that gives you what? 5 and 8 5s are 40. So x raised to 5 upon 3 raised to 5, which is 405. 5, correct. Now minus, this will be what? 5 upon 3 raised to 4, which is 81, right? Multiplied by x cube. Here we get 4, but that is 10. So 10 divided by 27 into x. Here again 10. So plus 10 divided by 3 square, which is 9, and that x will come down, okay, like that. And next term is going to be, okay, so remember this is a previous calculation. So I'll have to come down here. So it will be, this will be 9x, right? And then next come to what? This is the next term. That next term is what? 5 upon 3 x cube, because x raised to minus 3. And the last is 1 upon x raised to 5. This is how the terms can be written. Here it is plus, I'm sorry, all the terms are positive here. Okay. So this is how the problem can be solved. Okay. Now, again, I'll repeat the same process for this problem. This problem is problem number 5. Problem number 5, I will write it here. And that is nothing but x plus 1 upon x raised to what? 6. As I said, I'll prefer to write what? R plus 1th term. So what is R plus 1th term? It is 6 CR. First term x raised to what? 6 minus R. And second term is 1 upon x raised to what? R. Correct? Now, actually it becomes 6 CR, x raised to 6 minus R, and again there is R, so it is minus R again. So that means the general term turns out to be 6 CR into x raised to 6 minus 2R. Correct? So just go on writing 1, 2, 3 for x, that's all. So now, expansion 6C0 and x raised to what? X raised to 6 minus 0 plus 6C1 x raised to what? 6 minus 2, right? 6 minus 2, and next term is what? 6C2 x raised to 6 minus 4. Next term is what? 6C3 x raised to 6 minus 8. Next term is what? 6C4 x raised to 6 minus, sorry, here it is x raised to 6 minus 6, I'm sorry, 6 minus 6. So this will be 6 minus 6, and this will be what? 6 minus 8, and then 6C5 x raised to 6 minus 10, and last 6C6 x raised to 6 minus 12. Okay, this is how the progression will take place. Okay, so finally, what is the answer? Let us see. Final answer is, now I'll write the final answer. 6C0 is 1. So we'll start with the power of x raised to 6. Then 6C1 is 6, right? So x raised to what? 4. Okay. 6C2. 6C2 will be what? 6 into 5. 6 into 5 divided by 1, 2, right? Multiplied by x raised to what? 2. And 6C3 will be what? 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3. Correct? So that is x raised to 0. So there is nothing. X raised to 0 is 1. Okay? So next term is going to be 6C4. 6C4 is same as 6C2. So it is 6 multiplied by 5 upon 1 into 2. Here the power is x raised to minus 2. Next term is 6C5, which is equal to 6C1. So 6 upon 1. Here x raised to what? X raised to minus 4, right? And the last term is what? 1, but x raised to minus 6. Correct? So if I want to write the answer, it will be like this. X raised to 6, 6x raised to 4. This is 15x square, right? This term is what? 6 and 6 cancels. So this term is without any x. So it is only 20. And then here it will be what? 15 again divided by x square. Okay. And next is 6 upon x raised to 4. And the last is 1 upon x raised to 6. Correct? So you can verify your answer from the textbook itself. Okay.